Help, I have done it again. I have been here many times before, hurt myself again today. And the worst part is there's no one else to blame. Be my friend, hold me, wrap me up, unfold me, I am small.
Kids who are being cyberbullied are often cyberbullied in person as well, which makes getting away from the behavior very difficult. Cyberbullying can happen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and reach a kid when he or she is alone. It can happen at any time of the day or night.
What is it? Look, somebody figured out my password and they hacked my profile. How do you know? Look where they wrote, look at the status. I'm a naughty bad girl, someone should spank me? Well, someone has a sick sense of humor. You gotta change this, you gotta change your password. No one should look at this. Oh, it's too late.
Cyberbullying messages and images can be posted anonymously and distributed quickly to millions of people, making it difficult and almost impossible to track the source. Just like traditional bullying exists in many forms, there are many different types of cyberbullying. This involves the bully sending offensive messages to an individual or group and is repeated multiple times.
Cyberbullying. A few years back, my child was on a sports team, a travel team, very good travel team. For the most part, most of the parents got along very well. The team was very good. At first, everyone seemed to like the coach, and then, things kind of changed and people were upset with the coach. And, the team was really good, so there was also a website that you could go on to talk about the sport, talk about players, talk about, games that other people had played. We started noticing some references to the coach and references to a player on the team and a player's mom on the team, not mentioning names, but pointed back basically to my child and my wife, not by mentioning names, but all the scenarios that they were accusing the coach of. It could only be my child and my wife in this whole thing. So we did some research, hired some lawyers, and the lawyers checked the IP addresses and found out that these people that were writing all these things on this website were not only parents on the team and parents on other teams, but coaches on other teams that were writing this, all because they didn't like the coach. They were trying to make him look bad to get him fired, not caring that they were interfering with my family, my wife, and my child, but just using it to get at him, not caring about us. So our lawyers checked the IP address, got these their email addresses, so we knew who they were. ended up suing these people, didn't have to go to court because these people knew they were caught, and they knew they were talking about my wife and my child. And I mean, it could have devastated our whole family. I mean, we could have got a divorce. It could have hurt my child's chances of going to college. It was horrible. I mean, it was devastating. My child was 14 at the time, and it was horrible. It was a horrible experience for our whole family. Not only my family, but the coach's family too, because he was married. None of this stuff was true, but they didn't care. They were just trying to get at him at a way that no one would know. They didn't think anybody would know who they were because they were on the internet and doing it. So, okay, we don't have a name. We don't have to use our name. We can use this fake name and nobody will ever know. Well, comes to find out, there are ways people can find out, and we did, and we took care of it, and they paid the price at the end.
This is similar to harassment, but it refers to an online fight exchanged via email, instant messaging, or chat room.
Please do the world a favor and go hang yourself.
I can ruin your life. No one likes you, loser.
You're a worthless piece of trash. You don't deserve to live in this great country. Go home.
Why are you even alive? Kill yourself. You're a waste of DNA.
Last year took a lot of my time. This year, not so much of my time. Discipline is on a case-by-case situation. Depending on what has happened, I sometimes do call the police. They'll look at it. The sheriff's department, we have a deputy sheriff on campus. He'll look at it and decide, well, maybe the best you can get is disorderly conduct. We've had situations where a little group of girls don't like something about one girl, and so they'll do a phone chat, and during that phone chat there'll be some information put on there, and then it becomes ugly, and they'll take a snapshot or a screenshot, and so then I'll look at that. But that doesn't always give me the whole story, what the person said before, what the person said after, so I have to investigate a lot, go through that. I've had situations where in the recent political climate before the election, one young lady was venting her political beliefs, and a mother got involved. One of her friend's mothers got involved in it, so I ended up bringing the parents in and talking to the parents because both these young ladies were in the middle of a big family fight because of her political beliefs. So some of these things can be innocent, and then at other times you have to worry about it. Can I take that as a threat? Recently, I did see some screenshots that showed where a young lady was posting things. She would give pronouns instead of the name of the girl, so that would be, she thinks that she couldn't be traced back to that. But there were some links to the young lady, so we brought them in, we talked to them about, you can't put things like that on there. She finally admitted she was talking about the other girl. In her case, I gave 3 days of out-of-school suspension, just because of the nature of just the hateful things that were being said. We have suspended for 10 days with recommendation for expulsion. In one case was a young man who was talking about bombs and bomb-making things. So, it all depends on the case. There's nothing in our handbook that the only thing that our handbook states is, social media, don't be using your cell phones at school. Most of the time, the activities take place outside of school, and that's the concern. It takes place outside of school. When it's brought into the school, then I have to deal with it. And a lot of times, somebody will show somebody on the bus, or they'll show somebody in the cafeteria, then I have to track it down. So then I have he said, she said, whatever. And a lot of times if I don't get the screenshots, their Facebook has been erased. It's not there any longer. So that's another hassle with going through, just trying to track it all down.
This is when a bully shares personal or private information, pictures, or videos about someone publicly.
We know full well there's just time. So is it wrong to toss this line? If your heart was full of love, could you give it up? 'Cause what about angels? They will go make us special. Don't give me up. Don't give myself again. I feel unsafe. Be my friend.
I'm the real Taylor Hillrich. And I don't know why everybody hates me so much. But maybe I do. Because now I hate me too. And right now, I really don't see the reason for trying, or for talking, or for breathing. I'm just done.